Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? We are going to start today's episode by doing a teeny tiny bit of Pneumatic Craft. If you guys remember, I need 1.2 million obsidian and so far I have 7,000. I have a supply of infinite lava which is incredibly fast, it's just that I need to cool it down faster. There are other methods as well, but I really want to try this one. For us, Pneumatic Craft is actually not going to be that difficult because we have access to villagers. You know, these guys over here who sell us the finished PCBs. So for today, we don't even need to have a pressure chamber, I think. However, the thing that we need is going to be the assembly line and we need to do a few gizmos. I have made myself an Amazon tablet. We charge it up. Yeah, I think that's more than enough actually. So we select one chest and inside this chest I do have a few emeralds. And what we want is this one, assembly program, drill and laser. I just want the one. Hello, kind sir. Oh, you're the jerk. You take the payment. That is the kind sir. We have the program. Let's get the lasers. The assembly line does require a few gizmos. One of them is the controller and this is the only part which requires air pressure. Then we need a platform. I have made a drill. I have made a laser, import, I guess export. And I guess for the moment we should be able to have 2 barrels. Wait, I slept through Blood Moon. How? I think it was also raining. Anywho, this is the assembly IO unit, import, meaning that it's going to take everything from this barrel and put it on this platform. The laser and drill are going to do their job and then it's going to be exported into this barrel. Therefore, exporting everything is going to be super easy, we just need a dimensional chest. However, for importing stuff and auto crafting, here's what we're going to do. I don't really want to have extra wireless stuff at this very moment, especially near our own base, so we're going to use an entangled block. So we shall have a crafter, entangled block goes on top, and we shall link it to the input barrel. So everything that I need to automate using the assembly line has to go inside this crafter, and then it will go into the barrel, it will be processed, and back into our system. And now the question is, what do we want to craft? The tile is nice. We don't need PCBs. We also don't need solar power. That is what I want. The advanced pressure tube, and that's it. 2 patterns. I was really expecting that there's going to be way more things to do. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to craft the thing that I want and then progress further. Since we are going to get better air compressors later on, this is going to be a very temporary setup, but we are getting some air pressure in the controller, that's good. And here is your program. Laser and drill. How much pressure do you need? It doesn't tell you. Well, let us order some and see what happens. Why did you put 1 stack? Oh. Well, sometimes it does that. It's fine, we just have to change the pattern. Now the fun part is, oh, I found it. I couldn't find the crafter. Well, it does seem it needs like 4 bars of power, so let's speed it up. Yes, it's working incredibly slowly. It's just that now I'm afraid it's gonna explode. Lovely. Very soon we are going to have our tubes. Amazing, and I love the animation. So we have the good tubes, that is perfect. Seems you can't really escape the Blood Moon. It came back the next night, it's fine. Anywho, let me try to do a few changes over here and see how everything goes. Oh, and yeah, I made some flux compressors. These ones work with power and they can sustain like 20 bars, which is great. Also, we have skipped like 95% of Pneumatic Craft just with villagers, so I think we can also have advanced PCBs. Yeah, exactly. It has a different name. Who cares? Now we can configure our advanced pressure tube. Not the tube, the valve. Well, that had a huge impact. It's so fast now. And yeah, this is the rate that we're getting obsidian, which is not that bad. It also doesn't have to be that fast because we need 130,000 diamonds. And well, for the moment we have half of that. Not even that. Now that obsidian has been taken care of, I thought it's time to clean up the base. A bit. There are a few things that I can't really move, for example the alloy blast furnace and the blast furnace itself, but these guys are making us silicon rubber, which we don't need. We can remove it. I don't really think we are ever going to need drilling fluid. We are also getting a massive supply of chlorine, so we don't need to produce it. This weird system was for making propene, so that also has to go away. This one, on the other hand, makes us go to hell, so for the moment we're just going to keep it. Well, I broke parts of it by accident, so the rest of it can also go to hell. And besides, I think we have 1,000 buckets inside our system, and this is also 900 buckets or so. Yeah, now I can do some building. Actually, before we can move on, there is a bit of a problem. Nitrogen and hydrogen. So we have removed most of the machines and we're not producing them. And 2 episodes ago we added a machine which is actually consuming them. And I think I need to fix that one first. Okay, so it has been a while later and we do have a few gizmos. So first off, we're gathering air using this gas collector which is working at EV. The air goes inside a vacuum freezer, we're converting it into something called liquid air, and that liquid air goes inside the distillation tower. We're getting argon, helium, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and nitrogen. I have also fixed the drawers at our space station, so everything goes into a drawer. And over here we just have a few electrolyzers which are giving us hydrogen and oxygen. That's also being imported into our system using an entangled block. That's it. That's all the gases I wanted. However, while working on this, I did notice a few things. So I do have a wireless crafting grid, which is, well, it's good, but there is also a universal grid. That's more useful. But don't you worry, it actually gets a bit better. There's a creative version, which we can craft. I think the first thing that I have to do is to upgrade my wireless grid into the creative version. Does it work? Okay, does need 2 billion RF, that's quite a bit. As a very lazy person, I was not really in the mood of crafting this stupid grid, so we have it on auto crafting. And this one is also halfway done. You're fast. I can change the other lasers, but I'm not in the mood. This is a bit stupid, but we have a creative wireless crafting grid. We have the creative wireless universal grid. There was an egg. Oh, Wilden Guardian. I shall free you. Enjoy life. Bye bye. I think we can also go the same way. Network not found. Yeah, I know. I didn't press anything. He fell down. Okay. So wait a minute, if you look very hard, can you see your space station? Maybe not. If you just shut up for 1 second, here's your network. Yeah, much better. This is actually very good because I can see the fluids. While we are on the subject of crafting grids, there's one more thing. So a few episodes ago, I went into occultism so that I would be able to get this. A very long time ago, I was told that backpacks cause a bit of lag, so I thought this is a nice substitute. And yeah, we do have our dimensional storage down here. The problem is that even though this has a search bar, whenever I press any button, it just exits. There are so many keybind conflicts that I don't think this is going to be very useful. So instead, we're going to get into QIO network. You know, we get all the parts and one QIO importer. That took a while, but there you go. For the moment, the drive goes there. The actual drive goes inside. We do need to have a frequency, which obviously it has to be purple. Yes, I own this item. Thank you. And the best part of occultism is that I think we should just be able to import everything. Import without filters. Sure. But now that I have taken care of everything, let us do some building. Okay, so it's been a while later and I have been busy. A bit of a disclaimer. I'm not a builder, but one of the things that I really want to try and do is to have a semi-organized base, and please ignore this part. What I have done is that I have extended the path, I have made the structure for our assembly line from Pneumatic Craft, which is a bit of an overkill for like 6 blocks, but we are also going to have our Pneumatic Craft villagers and maybe the pressure chamber down here, so it will have a use. I have also extended the path to the train station, which is not functioning, and a teeny tiny structure on the other side of the mountain, which we are going to connect using a bridge, hopefully. That is going to be my blacksmith, a bit of create, and etc. Of course, none of the buildings are finished, nothing has details, and that requires a lot more works, and besides, I need more buildings later on. But I thought maybe in the next 2 or 3 episodes I should be able to start filling them, adding some details, and making everything look nice and clean. However, when I was building, I also decided to do something very important. I made ammonia. Smells lovely, I know. Pretty soon we need to start processing some rhodium, and for that we need aqua regia, which is a combination of nitric acid and sulfuric acid. I have taken care of sulfuric acid by processing the hydrogen sulfide that we get from oil processing, and also by enriching the diluted sulfuric acid that we had, as well as hydrochloric acid. You know, down here. And no, I don't want to feel lucky. Nitric acid is one of the most easiest things that you can make. You have to combine hydrogen with nitrogen so that you would get ammonia. And then I guess you just mix it with oxygen so that you get nitric acid. So you go over there. Circuit number 24. Oh, there's ammonia in it. I'm trying to do 100 million things at the same time, and yes, finally we have our nitric acid. But I have also upgraded our vacuum freezer and the alloy blast furnace to LUV. You know, we have the IV energy hatches, so why the hell not? The gist of the matter is, one of the things that I want to do is to also upgrade the coils. Currently we are at tungsten steel, the next one is going to be HSSG. I have been preparing a ton of dusts. It's not a ton, but we want to be able to make as much as we can. So you are going to need helium and then circuit number 2, and we just cook. Very soon I'm going to need additional multi-blocks, so I have also upgraded the alloy blast smelter so that I can make different alloys. You know, I'm gonna need a centrifuge, I'm going to need an electrolyzer, I need so many things. But at least the production is fast. Since we have to take care of a million things at the same time, for the coil I'm getting some liquid tungsten. I have just processed a bunch more HSSG dust, and I am cooking it with helium, and now we want to take care of rhodium. In order to get rhodium, we need something called platinum group sludge dust. That comes from a chemical reactor with a purified ore and nitric acid. This is why we made nitric acid, and this is why I have been keeping a ton of purified ores. We start with sheldonite. I'm not keeping it anymore because I think it gives me palladium as well, but it does give you the best yield, so why not? You don't work. You have nitric acid. That is sheldonite, and everything is empty. Okay, a teeny tiny boo-boo. This was an input hatch, and it had a different circuit, so this is why it was not working. But yeah, we're getting platinum group sludge dust. And something called nickel solution, which probably I'm just going to void. It gives me my sulfuric acid back. Ew. Okay, maybe I don't do that. It has been a while later and we have 27,616 platinum group sludge dust, which is amazing, but it came at a cost. We have 11,000 buckets of sulfuric copper solution. I actually have to process it back because that is going to be our supply of sulfuric acid, at least for the moment. Now we need to do something very special, and that is making aqua regia. I don't really get it. Is it like the king of waters? Hydrochloric acid, yes. A very important thing that we have to do very soon is that we need to have a chemical plant for all the acids and fluids that I need. And also I have been thinking about power, so maybe we have to go with a fusion reactor from Mechanism very soon. However, for the moment, let us get the aqua regia. That was fast. It's like super crazy fast. Now that we are getting the aqua regia, let us get a centrifuge. We are just missing motors, don't you worry. It's being crafted. Takes a bit of time. Actually, that wasn't that bad. This is an IV centrifuge, and basically here's what we're going to do. We put the aqua regia inside and the sludge dust. It takes around 6 seconds and it gives us this, inert metal mixture dust. It's a beautiful rabbit hole. And now, if we take the inert metal mixture dust, which we just got, and mix it with sulfuric acid, we get rhodium sulfate. We also get garbage. I don't care about hydrogen. Anyways, sulfuric acid, we don't even have that much. What are we getting? Rhodium sulfate, hydrogen. So that's the hydrogen, and we are going to void the excess. And that is the rhodium sulfate. 2 buckets. This is fun. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, the coils are ready. We have 1 stack of SSG coils. We just need a ton more wires. That's it. I made a lot of these because we want to have more blast furnaces. I can also use it for the pyrolyze oven and also the cracking unit. The next coil seems to be very far away, so this is why I'm making stacks and stacks. And the final step after getting the rhodium sulfate is to get the actual rhodium. It's basically just in an electrolyzer, so I think if we put an entangled block like so and entangle it, yes, you get the rhodium sulfate. I don't care about the gases. I'm also making tungsten, so yeah. But if I remove the tungsten, I just want some rhodium. Yes, we have rhodium. Finally. So rhodium is a bit important because we need to make something called rhodium plated palladium dust. It's an IV recipe, we can manage it, which is perfectly fine. That is going to give us the rhodium plated palladium ingot, which is the next tier of metal that we need. For the LUVH, I actually love how everything worked out today. Because first off, I did manage to get the new coils. Secondly, we have the rhodium plated palladium dust, and most importantly, we have argon. You don't actually need them, but it's gonna make everything a bit faster. Yeah, only 10 seconds for the ingot. That went surprisingly well. It's just that I wish I have done that in a multi-block centrifuge. Because this is so slow, very slow. But that was the whole point of making different alloys. What are you out of? Yttrium. I don't have any more. Anyways, yeah, we need different alloys so that we can make different multi-blocks. But moving away from GregTech by just a teeny tiny bit, we have to do something very important. Oh, and by the way, the reason that I'm saying that we are moving away from GregTech for a teeny tiny bit is because of something very important. Do you see these circuits? We need the wetware processor mainframe in order to almost finish the pack. So far, where are we? We're here. That's it. And it's episode 17. I can't get one all the mod store in like 5 episodes. This is going to take like 25. Anywho, the problems. You might notice that I have accelerated the production of potatoes by a lot. We have lily pads of fertility, and we have floating agri-carnations. That is because my dirt factory has run out of biofuel and I have literally nothing else to put in it. We don't have any more oak saplings, and our supply of potatoes is gone. That was 500,000 resources or something. Therefore, in order to solve my potato issues, we're going to use hostile neural networks. Basically, we're just going to have data models for zombies, and each one of them is going to give us 16 potatoes. I have been thinking about other crops. Melon seems to be the best, but the problem with melons is that they're efficient if you cut them. So you see, one melon gives you 5. One slice of melon gives you 4. So one melon can technically give you 36 biofuel, but you need to plant them. And besides, it does need extra machines in order to get processed. Zombies are cheap and lag friendly. And besides, we do have a zombie farm. That's gonna help a lot. Because I have made 4 deep learners and I think we should be able to upgrade all of them simultaneously. I'm missing one. Let us check. Yeah, literally you can see all of them are advanced. We can actually go higher. You know, then we don't really have to wait for it to upgrade on its own. They are superior, and now they're self-aware. Amazing. I have already been using XNet, and I think I have not messed up the filtering. Let us check. Yeah, we're getting the prediction matrix. The model accuracy is 99.5. So that has been succeeded, but everything is stuck. I made a few boo-boos with the filtering, but now everything should work. We just want potatoes. And I'll be very honest with you, there is a very high chance that this is not even gonna keep up. Maybe one day it will. We should remember that there's also a drawer that has to be filled in, and that has a capacity of, I don't know, 20,000 potatoes. Although putting them on extracting one stack is a better idea. Okay, now we are gaining potatoes. That's good, because I did notice most of them have a backlog. Just a bit of a side note, I did manage to purchase some globes from the Wandering Trader. This is from supplementaries, and I always wanted to get the antique ink. It seems you can actually buy that from villagers, so let's try to do that. I do have a cartographer. We give him this book from the villagers' tools. Education complete. Do I need to educate you more? I don't want banners. I want the ink. Yes, we have it. Thank you. So I think for the first time in my life, we have this globe. Amazing. You can also use it on a map. How does it do? Ooh, very fancy. Hello. It is actually very late at night and I couldn't sleep because I had 2 problems. When I set up the potato farm using zombies, I realized that it takes 15 seconds for the simulation chamber to do one simulation. A loot fabricator, on the other hand, takes around 3 seconds, so there has been a change. A bit. And now I'm actually gaining potatoes. I have 42,000. Another thing that doesn't let me sleep is apotheosis, and I have been busy like crazy. Oh, that actually rhymed. No. So I have been trying my best to understand how the hell does apotheosis works, and I think I got the gist of it. You start with hell shelves, you go to infused hell shelves, and then you go to glowing hell shelf, and then you move to these new ones. You know, the ones from the deep dark. And whenever you do the puzzles correctly, you're going to reach here, the infused dragon's breath. You know, it does have a bit of requirements, quanta, eterna, and blah blah blah, and there are numbers for them. So I have done all of that, and now we have draconic end shelves, and I have also made an enchantment library. You guys already know what it does. It's basically an enchantment book library, and you put everything in, and you take the enchantment that you want out. And if I have not messed up anything, this should be the library of Alexandria? Yeah. How did I mess it up? Eterna has to be 50, which it is. Quanta has to be between 45 and 50, which it's not. This is why we have melon shelves. So now it should be fine. It's so late I don't remember the name of that stupid thing. Yes, grindstone. So we disenchant you and we try this again. Yes! Library of Alexandria. Level capacity 31. Now here's going to be my question. I have fortune 9, 8, I don't know, whatever. This has a capacity of 31. So does this mean that there's a level 30 enchant? That is what I'm supposed to find out, and yes, I have been killing a lot of zombies. Hello again. It is the next day, and yes, I have been busy the whole night with the enchantment table. I did sleep, don't you worry. I think this is a decent enchantment table because everything is maxed out, even rectification. I'm not really sure about Arcana because Arcana is supposed to give you more rare enchantments, so I'm not sure if the things that I'm looking for are considered rare or not. But I got Fortune, I got Looting, I did not get Sharpness. Anyways, what I wanted to say is that it seems that the enchantment table is limited to enchantment level 9. Or maybe 10, because I did not get anything higher than that. The ones that are 10 are the ones that I got from Wandering Traders. For example, Frostbite. You might notice it is 10. You can combine the books in order to get higher enchantments inside an anvil, but you're limited to level 8 or 7. And for some of the enchantments, level 3. So I'm using the enchantment table in order to get enchantment level 9s, and I'm using the Wandering Trader for the 10s. But that one is based on luck. For example, I did not manage to find a Fortune 10 book. So inside here, I have some of the armor and tools that I bought from Wandering Traders, except this one. This one is the one that I'm using for enchantments. I thought maybe Rhodium has a higher value or something. But this axe, for example, has sharpness 10 on it. Let us take a soul from Ready to Dream. I have actually done so many disenchantments that I won an achievement for that. Master Disenchanter. If you want to do everything inside an anvil, you might notice that if I add the sharpness 10, this is not going to be sharpness 10, it's going to be sharpness 9. So I thought maybe I should use an enchantment applicator from Industrial Foregoing, but that gives you sharpness 5, which is the max level that you would get at vanilla, so this is garbage. I have also tried Eidolon, and yeah, you don't really go higher than 7 or 8. So I think the only solution in order to apply a level 10 enchantment, well, at least the only option, is going to be the Enchanter from Botania. If that doesn't work, I don't have any other ideas. But they changed it. And remember, this one has limitations. Pre-enchanted items can't be placed in the Enchanter. Well, this seems to be correct. I think we just have to right-click with the Wand of the Forest, and yeah, we have an Enchanter. Let us give it a test. So we are going to have this axe, and we're going to try and get sharpness 10. The book has to be on top of obsidian. So we just right-click. You should take mana. Yeah. Does it need a spark? Maybe. Please forgive me, I have not done this since MC Eternal, and that was like 3 years ago. But you right click the diamond axe on the mana enchanter, then you drop the book and it should work. Yes, it's working. It should not destroy the book, and hopefully we are going to get sharpness 10. It's sharpness 10! Yes! And I even have my book. So if that is the case, let me try to get a decent enchantment for our sword. Because right now we have looting 8, but we have scavenger 3. And we have sharpness 9. I can improve those. Also, there was a request that somebody wanted to know where his grave is. It's over here. You see? I haven't changed it. And I even took your soul. So we're good. Oh, Firewing has an ancient soul. Awesome. One thing that I forgot to mention is that one of the best enchantments that you can get on your sword is called Vorpal. It increases the chance of like tripling your damage, and also you get heads. I have been looking for this since we started the mod pack, but I think it was added during an update. And thankfully I think I have Vorpal 8 or 7? No, we have 8. So let us get a Vorpal 8 book. Yep. That's definitely something that we want to have. Definitely the stupid sharpness 10 and scavenger 5. Also, I think you're limited to like only 6 books in the enchanter, so let's take 2 more. Skulk Smite 9. Yes. Wait a minute. I can't put my sword on there. Oops. So can I use a dispenser? No. Yeah, it seems you can't really do that with our sword. Anything else goes in. Well, not anything. Things that can't be enchanted cannot go in. It's fine, we have to do this the old-fashioned way, and we're going to use 1 level of sharpness, that's it. I just realized you can't even enchant it inside an enchantment table. Interesting. You can apply enchantments. You can't really put sharpness and Skulk Smite on the same sword, so yeah. We are going to do less damage to normal mobs, but I'm assuming Vorpal is going to help a lot. I just wanted to try it on a Warden. Come on, spawn, finally. Hello Warden, with 500 health. What the? What? That was interesting. 1 hit. Hello. Okay. It's the Vorpal, because there's a chance of killing him with 1 hit. Moving on, I also received a request that I should try and automate the Tablet of Sunrise. This will make it so that we will never have to suffer and endure during the night. First off, the problem is that you can't really put it in using a hopper. You see, it doesn't go in. At first I wanted to go with modular routers, but then I remembered magic mods always work with vanilla redstone. So if we just have a dispenser like so, put the tablet in and then press the button, you see, the tablet is there, awaiting activation. So activating it is going to be a bit difficult because if you give it a redstone pulse, it's gonna activate, but if you give it a redstone signal, it's gonna stop working. So I think here's what we should be able to do. We should be able to have a dropper like so. A hopper goes into that. We will need a comparator to read the inventories inside the hopper. And this is actually called a pulse maker. So if I put 1 item inside the dropper and give it a redstone signal, it's going to go into the hopper. We're going to read the signal. It's going to come back and we will just make a pulse. So we have a daylight sensor and we want it to detect the night and 1 redstone. Yeah, now it's active. Oh, it didn't go back. We're locking the hopper, I think. Yeah, that was the problem. I was powering the hopper as well, so it was locked. If we do it like this, it's not going to be locked. But since I'm not going to wait until midnight, we're going to do something else. We're going to turn it into night. We just need a tablet of Moonfall. You go in, and if I switch this back, you should activate. Yes. Perfect. So now I can put the tablet of sunrise, and now it's going to be daytime. And I think it's going to be automatic. And I think this is going to be our automation. We will have the daylight sensor, a repeater, one block, the dropper, the hopper, one comparator, two redstone dust, two redstone repeaters, the ritual brazier, and the dispenser. Also, instead of just one block, I'm using a bucket of water. But the bucket doesn't really stack, so it gives you a better signal. But just for testing purposes, here is Nightfall. We shall activate it. You see? Now it's going to be nighttime. And if we want to make sure that the daytime works, we just put it back in and revert you back. Exactly. Lovely. So as long as this place is chunk loaded, we should have eternal day. For the final test, we're going to make it into nighttime, like so. And this one should kick in automatically. Come on. Yes. Now it's becoming daytime. Lovely. Just before we wrap up today's episode, there is one more thing that I want to do. Do you notice this skull? It comes from this, and I really want him. It is from the Cataclysm mod, and I think we need the Eye of the Desert. Okay, it's that way. Mobs don't really despawn, do they? I'm a few hundred blocks away from home, and he shouldn't have spawned. Well, this is a desert, so I'm really hoping it's this way. I don't really want it to be that far. Oh, thermal series ores. Well, obviously, this is new terrain generation, so yeah, we will get different ores. I think for the past 2000 blocks, it was just an ocean. But yeah, I have arrived at another desert. Let's hope it's here. I hate the oceans. It's like a huge waste of terrain. You can't do anything in it. Oh. What? Oh, that should be it. Holy, that's a massive pyramid. Is that gold? No. Jerks. Also, I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna copy those obelisks. You guys looked way cooler in the JEI. Oh, you're not the one. Okay, these are probably traps, but we're immune to any type of damage, so we don't care. Decorated pot! Yes! Shut up. I'm doing archaeology. So if I were a dead pharaoh, where would I be buried? Well, I'm assuming in the center. I don't really love mazes, so I just dug from the top of the pyramid and I found this. Oh, that's the boss. It's actually not a boss because it doesn't have a bar. And I think he's stupid. So the Remnant has a spawn egg. Good to know. Another thing is that why isn't he interested in me? I'm very adorable. If I hit you? I can't hit you. I have been reading online and yes, we need the necklace of the desert. So I need to do some actual archaeology. There's a... Is that it? Okay. I thought this is going to take ages. Oh, each one of them gives you a necklace. At first I thought his head is stuck. But if we give you the necklace, somehow... You're alive? Yes. I kind of wanted him as a guard for the graveyard, but he's gonna cause problems, no? Well, we kill him. Yep. And we got the skull. What the? I thought that's for decorations. So we have a pet. That actually works fine for me. Anywho, here is our little friend. Shut up. And here is the sniffer egg. You're my friend. What do? You stay, you wander, you follow. Follow me. I like him. Well, unfortunately, he doesn't really grow, but let's see if he actually protects me. I don't take damage. Okay. Now do something. He's not very smart. Is the problem. But the good thing is, he actually attacks people. I like that. Good boy. Oh. This is awesome. It caught me by surprise. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that we have 4 of the 6 times compressed dirt. And very soon we're going to get the 5th one, so I think we're 25% there. Yeah, and obsidian is doing fine. Alright guys, before we wrap up, here's the plan. Next episode, we're going to make the nanoprocessor mainframe. Considering the fact that we have access to Rhodium right now, that will officially put us in the LUV age. But that actually comes with some perks because in our clean room, we should be able to put the large circuit assembling facility. This is the circuit fabricator, it is a multi-block, and it's just amazing. The problem is that in order to make the controller, of course, you're going to need IV tier circuits, but here's the problem. It does require the LUV tier mainframe, which is something that we want to get next episode. We're gonna YOLO it a bit because I just need the circuit assembler. But then I think after that we should be able to automate almost everything. Also we have... Wow, so many. How long was I working here? And just in case you're wondering, this is going to be Rhodium. Way more Rhodium. You don't have to drink that stupid potion. However, if we want to start making the mainframe next episode, there are a few things that we need to take care of. One of them is the new silicon. Naquata duped monocrystalline silicon. So we have 32,000 Naquata. That's amazing. And I guess we just have to cook it with argon. Cool. It takes 5 seconds. Amazing, isn't it? You need a name. I really like you. So, this ingot is hot, but you don't cool it down in a vacuum freezer. Well, you do that, but you need liquid helium. And the way that you get liquid helium is a bit stupid. You put helium in a vacuum freezer, and that should give you, liquid helium. And the worst part of it is, once you cool it down, it's gonna give you your helium back. They just want everything to be like super complicated and unnecessary. Just cool it down, who cares? I am cooling down some more Naquata, and well, we can make our silicon at least. We have plenty of resources. The good thing about this silicon is that once you cut it, you will get 1 stack of wafers. So we're going to have a crazy amount actually. However, in addition to the silicon, we need radon. So there are different emitters that we have to make for different ages, and in order to make, I think, the IV emitter and also the EV emitter, we need this, radon. So we are going to have millions of rhodium, it seems. Let us get some radon. It's not that difficult because we are getting plutonium, I think. We are getting tons of plutonium from our Morid miners. I guess we just cook you. Yeah. And for some reason, radon needs air. Why would you need air? You stay here. I have to go to the new base. Well, over here where we are producing nitrogen and argon, we always have an excess supply of air. We let it fill in for a while. And for radon itself, we just need uranium and plutonium. You can make it go on a loop, but who cares? We will automate after we get all the multi-blocks. Actually, we don't even need to automate this because there is another way. Liquid ender air, which comes from the end, which is also not that bad because it's IV. Oh, I always like xenon. So here is our uranium and plutonium that goes in, and here is some air. We should be getting radon. Yes, exactly. So for the moment, you just go inside the jumbo tank. I'm not picky. So this is just a very stupid experiment. I just made a dragon tooth knife. You know, it's a knife from Farmer's Delight. And I really want to try and upgrade it. See if we can actually farm the dragon. The knife itself doesn't do that much damage, but I'm basing my hopes on backstabbing. You know, that didn't work. Also, you could not put scavenger on it, but it does have the thing, loot pinata. So there could be a chance that we get multiple loots from the dragon. We absolutely don't have to. This is just for fun. I think I can kill her right now if I reach. That's a decent damage. She does fly a lot. And I'm slow. I'm garbage. Just one more hit. Come back. Maybe 2. I was hoping that we were going to get like 200 legs, but no. I just did it again. And something happened. I think we got the loot pinata. Oh my goodness, yes. 64 legs. I should have done that when we were farming for the dragon soul. Oh, and by the way, this time I didn't even break the crystals. The knife did enough damage, so why not? We have 132 dragon legs. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye. And yeah, of course I'm going to do that again.